budget battles, the federal government prepares to shut down while our own lawmakers face frustrated protesters. Protests outside the governor's office ended in more than a dozen arrests as tempers flared.
The state capitol was on lockdown for several hours as hundreds upset over proposed budget cuts stormed the building. Amy Allen has the latest live tonight in Olympia. Amy.
Well, tonight protesters are back inside the state capitol. They plan to sleep there for the second night in a row. Just a few hours ago, though, they couldn't even get inside the door. That's after a protest outside the governor's office almost got out of control. A pushing and shoving match outside the governor's office today between state troopers and frustrated healthcare workers led to 17 arrests. 16 were cited and released. One man was booked into Thurston County Jail for assaulting troopers.
It's one thing to protest loudly. It's one thing even to commit civil disobedience if you do it in a safe way. But when you start hitting police officers, that crosses a line.
With the situation escalating, the state decided to put the building on lockdown. Members of the public were escorted out and the doors locked. Only a small group stayed to meet with the governor.
We got our voices heard. They asked for a meeting with the governor, and we were able to get that.
Union members and community action groups have filled the Capitol all week. Some demonstrators walked right into the Senate and House chambers and screamed as lawmakers were meeting.
I do believe we made an impression today, and we will be back.
It's time for the legislature to show some guts, too. They have to make a stand.
The Capitol is supposed to reopen in the morning, just in time for what could be the largest group all week. State Patrol and Capitol administrators say they're ready for the crowds.
There's always concern when you have a big crowd here because the building can only handle so many people, and tensions are kind of high right now on certain issues.
And the Senate wrapped up their session here less than an hour ago. All the lawmakers have gone home, though right now there are some protesters who say they plan to sleep in the Capitol. It's not the same group that was here earlier today. The group that's in there right now says their issue is corporate greed and trying to end tax loopholes for large banks. Once again, tomorrow they are expecting an even larger crowd. Labor groups from around
Justice is not about agenda. It's not about mobilizing people. It's about dialing for corporate dollars. These two parties have sold the U.S. government and the American people to the highest bidders.